Good morning. I have yet to do even an introduction to this Vlogmas day 2. I mean, I showed you guys a little bit of the cooking process or the baking process last night. So what we ended up doing, I think I can link the cookie recipes that I used in the description of the video. So if you're interested, go for it. The only thing was I got shy recording because Sean was starting to help me bake, and also I was just getting exhausted, and like my kitchen is already so small. I've said this a million times, but then whenever you add in another person and trying to film and getting like good clips of everything, it just didn't happen after a certain point. So yeah, I am gonna put like pictures. I think I only grabbed like 2 before I wrap them up with plastic. Can you hear that? So within the boxes themselves, I got the cute little boxes from Amazon, and I made Sean put them together, and apparently they were like a pain in the ass, which personally I think was worth it because they're really cute. So I started with 2 chocolate chip cookies. It was like a brown butter chocolate chip cookies. It's kind of like my go-to one. Definitely would recommend. I always make them. Pretty easy recipe, I would say. So, and it makes a lot of cookies. So I gave 2 for each person. There's 20 girls on the team. So it made a little over 40. I had some extras of the Oreo balls, the chocolate chip cookies, and the gooey butter cookies. So after chocolate chip cookies, I was doing the Oreo balls. I should have made a double batch so I could put 2 in each. I only ended up putting 1 in each, but those are always pretty easy to do. They're just super messy to make. So I did those chocolate chip cookies, Oreo balls. I did the gooey butter cake cookies. That was my first time making them. They were really easy to make, very easy. The only thing was it's a little bit hard to tell whenever they're done, because you don't want to overcook them at all. You want them to be super soft, but they turned out great. So, and every person got 1 of those. Oh, and I made puppy chow, muddy buddies, whatever you want to call it. It's always super easy to make those. It's just, I didn't want to scoop them out and put them into the little bag, so I made Sean do that. And then the last ones were like, I think they're called spritz cookies. They're basically butter cookies. And I dyed those, which were a pain in the ass for some reason, to dye the cookie dough. And they were giving me so much trouble. They would not stick to the pan. That's a whole other thing. But anyway, I finally got those done, and I made Christmas trees, which I have a picture of. And I made some that kind of look like wreaths. The red food gel dye, it was more pink. It is always like that. I'm not gonna overload the cookie dough with more gel though to make it the color that I want, because I feel like it affects the taste after a certain point. So I wasn't too worried about it. So they ended up getting some pink cookies, but there were those, and then I made some snowflakes as well whenever the wreath cookie cutter thing was starting to give me like a lot of trouble. So, and then put it all together last night. And then I wrapped them all in plastic because they had to stay in the fridge, and also I'm not sure when the girls are going to pick them up from my boyfriend. So I just wanted to make sure that they were fresh and they weren't going to go stale, because obviously like it's not airtight, those little boxes. So I'm having a Monster and a leftover chocolate chip cookie for breakfast. I need to send a text today to the book club. I did not read November's book. We're obviously into December now, but I think I was talking to them, and I think we're all just so busy for December anyway. We talked about doing a December book. I don't actually think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to send a text to them and just see if they're open to basically just skipping December, because we're never going to be able to meet anyway. So I think maybe just extending like November's book, because I know for a fact at least one other person has not read it. I would be shocked if the other 2 read the book too. So, but it's the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Is that the first book? I think that's what it is. That's what we're supposed to be reading. I haven't even downloaded it. I need to. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited though, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. The plan for today, I have my part-time job to work at remotely, and then we're going over to my grandma's house for my cousin's birthday. We're having my grandma's birthday next week, so I need to ask her what sort of cake she wants, because usually I'm the one that bakes it. So we gotta figure that out. Okay, well, I'm just gonna bring you along today for the little bits here and there. And tomorrow I think we'll talk about Christmas gifts. It is time for my lunch break, and my light is out. I'm gonna turn on my Christmas village and show you, because I have not shown anything behind the scenes of like all of my Christmas stuff. The house is a fucking mess though. And it always is around Christmas because I make a lot of stuff, and also where the fuck else am I supposed to put this shit? Anyway, so every surface is covered currently. I'm sure you're looking at the back and it just looks a bit ridiculous. Here's my table. Here's my sewing table currently. There's the treadmill that doesn't work, if you can see that, and some gifts on top of it. I'm looking at a crate in front of me that Jamie's in, that has also more Christmas presents. Anyway, I'm gonna flip this around and show you. This is also kind of insane. I want to do something different next year with the cord situation for all of this, but here's my tree with stuff in the way because my cat will get up in it, and so will the dogs. So anyway, here is my little Christmas village. I love it. This one is out. I think the light is out for that one, so I need to replace that, but I love it. This has been probably this has been years in the making of collecting, and I'm just really happy with everything I've gotten. This one doesn't have a light on it, the like little gazebo. These. This one and this little fireplace is probably my favorite. I love her so much. My little random nutcracker. And I love these little vintage candles that I have as well. Anyway, and here's our little stockings for everyone. I've got the two boys, Bones, and there's the cat paw for Henny. And then these are ours, obviously. But yeah, I love these so much. I think they look really cute. I also, if we go over here, I also have a mini village. The light switch does not extend. Also, that outlet doesn't work right now, so I have to fix that first. And there's a scuff on the wall. Don't look at that. But they would be cute if I had it plugged in. But this set I got last year. And I just think they're adorable and I love them so much. I have most of like my Christmas stuff in here. But I have another sort of Christmas village thing. I only have two of them because they were from my grandma. Did she give them to me? I think she gave them to me 2 years ago, but I just have that guy and that guy. I think they're battery powered, so I can't like plug them in. And I honestly just don't feel like, oh, never mind. No, yeah. I just don't feel like putting the batteries in those this year. I have some snow globes. Another random village. It doesn't have a light. I have to get a light for it. So that's where we're at. I think I'm gonna make an egg and cheese sandwich. I think that's what I'm feeling like. Okay, now that I'm done with work, before I ended this mini vlog, I kind of wanted to talk about like my family's Christmas traditions and like kind of like what we do. I've already talked like a little bit about, ever since Sean and I got together, we go up to his family's for Christmas, like kind of the week of Christmas basically. It's worked out before now because I've always been like self-employed, so it doesn't really matter where I work. With my newer part-time job that I have now, I'm still working remote, so I've already gotten the okay that I can work from up there. I also mentioned that my family does a lot of things, and so I'll just kind of go over, I'll kind of like break down the big ones. So I obviously always get together with my mom. My parents are divorced. It's me and my two sisters all have the same mom and dad. Okay. My mom has, why is it so weird to explain? I also have a half sister on my mom's side. I also have a half sister and brother on my dad's side. So we obviously go and get together with my mom and my half sister on that side and my grandparents. I think we're doing that on a Friday this year for Christmas for that side. So my stepmom, we get together with her side of the family and have what we call a gingerbread party. And basically we decorate gingerbread houses that my stepmom's mom makes us, which is so nice. And she gets us so many supplies and it's so cute. And then we do my dad's side, which is kind of split up. So we do my dad's side, like all of us, like close-knit family. So my dad, my stepmom, my half siblings, my full siblings, my niece, my cousins, aunt and uncle, and my grandma. We get together and do our Spencer family Christmas, and that's usually kind of like an all-day thing. We basically like eat appetizers all day. Our tradition for that is, I have always done, ever since I might have been a freshman when I started this, but I started doing like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas puzzle / scavenger hunt. Basically, like I create a bunch of clues for them to sometimes either find, like if I do like a big family gift, I'll have them find that's the end goal, is to find it based off of the clues and the puzzles that I create. Or I think last year I just did, I made a lot of batches of cookies and had it all in like one nice box, and I had them find that as like the gift that the Grinch stole. And I can do like another video about that, but it's a lot of fun. It's like very tricky to create because it's sort of like a balance. Like I have to create the clues hard enough to where like they don't just like blow through the puzzle in like 3 minutes, because that wouldn't be very fun, but also like not hard enough to where like they get stumped and can't move on, and then it's just like, then it starts to get boring, you know? Like I want it to be like a fun, exciting thing, and I also want it to be like interactive for everyone in the family. So it's hard because there's such a range of ages, so everyone has like different attention spans and like things that they're good at. But that's like one of our biggest Christmas traditions now at this point. Usually the day after our Spencer Christmas is the Christmas that we have on my grandma's extended side. Normally it's usually like, it includes her siblings, so like my great aunts and uncles. So I think we're gonna have to miss that this year, which is really sad actually. But I'm trying to think, do I have any other Christmases that I do? I don't think so. Sometimes like I'll do something with my friends around there, but it just really depends. This year we may not, because I think we're kind of all over the place. Whenever we get to Michigan, I'm trying to think of the order that we do it. Christmas Eve, I think, is usually at Sean's mom's side of the family. Christmas Day, they do like a breakfast Christmas with his parents and his brother, sister-in-law, and niece and nephew. And then later in the day on Christmas, we go to his grandpa on his dad's side, and all of like their extended family always comes around. It's a very busy time. I could probably give you like an exact number, but it's kind of outrageous of how many like gifts and stuff that we do. But I think we'll go a little bit deeper into that tomorrow whenever I go through like the list of gifts and everything that I'm gonna be giving out and making and all that. So yeah, if you're interested in that, stay tuned for Vlogmas day 3. Otherwise, thanks for coming along with me on day 2. And I guess I'll just see you guys tomorrow for another random day.